do to me?
You a fuck nigga, stay up in your lane.
South side, been ready. North side. Oh, love one and one love. I don't care what they say about. Don't care what they say about. My damn lighter. QPC. Hey yo, what's good, you guys? It's Boomer with Bully Star, and today we're getting into Abba and Preach. Andrew Tate gets officially charged by the police, man. Ain't letting up. They ain't got none, but they ain't letting up. They'll plant something. They ain't letting up. They gotta find anything. They ain't letting up. Let's get straight on into it, man. Make sure you leave a like, just below the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new so that we can join up with the all-star gang up in this thing. Hey, man, brand new album, The Accursed Blessing Deluxe, out now. Check it out after the video. Let's get straight on into it.
And the second time, the second life, which I described as they try and put you in jail for no reason. Here we are in the current scenario. I knew it was going to happen. And the third one is they put a bullet in your head. So we're going to have to see how the second life plays out. And yeah, I mean, when this is all over and I win the court case and I get the not guilty, I won't be smiling. I'll be walking out the courtroom with my head on a swivel. That's the kind of life I'm living now. I'm going to be thinking, oh, okay, so their second attempt failed. Now what? Like, do I want to fly private anymore? Do I want to go that place anymore? You start to think about these things. Like, do I want to do these things? A lot of billionaires dying in plane crashes. It's strange. It's scary, regardless of how it plays out.
So you see the way he's talking right now. He already knows they're going to court. He's thinking about not guilty versus guilty. It's not even about charges not being laid. They've changed the language. Mm-hmm. So if you aren't aware, it appears that Andrew Tate's most likely going to get charged with all the crimes that the Romanian government alleges against him.
I mean, put it like that. And it's crazy to say, but I guess, you know, would you rather just go for that first choice?
Evidence will be coming out, a lot of discussions about stuff, but this is a lot of stuff that we, the public, are not privy to. Who's involved, what's going on. And yeah, you know, he did an interview with Patrick Bet Davis, which right now is garnering lots of views. People are talking about it, and with him being charged very soon, I think he posted on Twitter that they're expecting him at the police station tomorrow for the charges. With all intents and purposes, who knows? Maybe tomorrow they come around, the Romanian government's like, man, we just fucking around. We're not doing nothing. But it seems like everyone involved knows charges are coming. So, what are your thoughts? I think, initially were expecting him not to get charged at all.
I was like, goddamn, man. And initially, what I said was, if you're doing all this shit and you don't, you better charge him with doing all this circus. If you're doing all that, you better. Because now you're going to create a martyr. I said that. Remember when I said that?
Sure.
Okay. Then shit was driving, and I was like, man, they're not going to charge this man. The reason why I said that is because in life, I don't really have a lot of hope for a lot of things. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no?
This guy always thinks the worst is going to happen.
Yes, prepare for the worst. If you prepare
hope for the
the
best.
worst, the best is going to happen. You're prepared for the worst. So if the worst happens, you're like, I prepared for that shit. But then if good shit happens, you're like, hey.
So wait, are you trying to say the best situation is one in which Andrew Tate is charged?
No.
It sounds like that's what you're saying. Are you one of them fucking Matrix bots who's happy?
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
You're feminist. Anyways, all that
happy, huh?
No, I'm not happy.
You said that's the best situation.
No, but what I'm saying is I always prepare for the worst. And if you do all that circus and you don't charge him, that's the worst that's gonna happen.
Gotcha.
Because then motherfuckers like invincible and stuff like that, and you cannot. And if there's other real charges and everything and stuff that happen, they're not gonna be able to charge him now. That's charge him if he actually did something. You understand? Of course, it don't look good, but there's so many cases that I've seen that they don't charge and they're not able to charge and stuff like that, and they drop this and they drop that. So man, I'm just like, man, I just go on the if something happens and like I just straight up go to, they're not gonna charge him, and then life surprised me or not. Like this. I don't exactly know what he did. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Yeah, I always thought he was gonna get charged. I never really doubted. I think with these kinds of investigations, I think people expect charges to be instantaneous, but that's just not the way police investigations work, especially not ones on this governmental scale. Even look at the FBI. The FBI builds a case for 4 or 5 years before they charge someone.
True.
And when they charge you, best believe they bring the whole fucking roof down. That's why generally governmental charges from like big organizations like the FBI or things like that always stick, is because they've done a lot of investigating. They've pulled on every thread. And what ends up happening generally with a lot of like criminal organizations, which is what they're alleging Andrew Tate is part of, is that when they pull on one thread, all of a sudden they start finding different threads, and they find like, oh, organized crime, money laundering, tax evasion, whatever it might be. And so that's why, irrespective of how you feel about the investigation, when these things take a long time for charges to be laid, it's not because they don't have a case, which may be the case in this situation. Maybe they don't have a case. Who knows? Like, everyone who's speaking on it doesn't exactly know. But to say it's not credible because it's taken a long time, that's just not the case. That's why they always say here in the States specifically, is like, they bring a RICO charge against you, it's already over, because they already got everything they need. They got snitches, they got wiretaps, they got bank transfers, they got phone records, right? They generally do the things the same way. Now, from what I've read up on, there was a Romanian newspaper that put out a news report saying, like, there's very strong ties between the Tates and the mafia over there and different organized crime. And the lawyer who's actually prosecuting the case is the top lawyer when it comes to prosecuting organized crime. So, do I believe that there's no case? No, I believe that there's some case. Do I believe that Tate is inherently going to be found guilty? Not necessarily. It's very possible that he gets off. And if he does, and the courts have found him to be not guilty, then it is what it is. Like, at the end of the day, we have a system in place for a reason. It's supposed to work. And if it goes into it and then it finds him not guilty, then everybody got to just eat that and keep it pushing. You can't just sit there and be like, no, he's definitely 100%. I mean, actually, you can. You can say whatever you want, technically speaking. But you just got to let the system play itself out. Me personally, I'm not invested. I know some people think like motherfuckers sit at home thinking about Tate every day or whatever, but it's like, if he's found guilty, cool. If he's found not guilty, cool. I think everything should be decided on the merits of the case itself. Now, everyone wants to be an armchair lawyer and say he's 100% this or 100% that. All I know,
You don't know.
is from what I've seen from his Hustlers University, which now he wants no ties to, the videos of him talking about his course, teaching how to get girls to be on a webcamming business and how to steal their money and lie to them about how much they're getting paid so you can keep higher profits. He's definitely done some illegal stuff. Now, those aren't the things he's necessarily on trial for, but it shows me that in the past he's done some criminal stuff. Sorry, I don't care what anybody
It's like, what case would that be considered under in?
Says, I don't care how much you want to simp for the man, how much you hate OnlyFans women or whatever. Any employer who says you get this cut and then they're taking off a percentage of this by lying to you about what the actual costs are, they're stealing your money. That has always been my biggest contention with this. The rest of it needs to be proven for me to have a real issue with it. So, that's where I stand.
I'm just going to sit down and watch. I'm going to sit down and watch. Yeah. And if the lead attorney is going to be able to be there and break it down, I'm going to watch that. I'm not a lawyer.
They're not going to put cameras in a Romanian court. It's not America. Not everything is for TV everywhere.
That's not wrong.
But
yeah, like all that to say, I'm just going to sit down and watch what's going on.
Yeah.
The worst thing, I know that in cases like that, the worst thing can happen is that if you deny things that is very provable that you did, you get a worse sentence than if you just say, hey, you know what? I did it. So if you keep on denying that shit,
You supplied it.
but that,
I would not admit that.
I'm just gonna watch. I'm just gonna watch what's going on, see what's going on, whatever.
Yeah. We'll see what goes down. But yeah, that's what's going on with this case. It's been interesting watching him post indictment or post incarceration and all of the above. I don't know if his influence is what it used to be, but it seems like it's still very relevant to some degree online. I can tell this is going to be one of those court cases that are going to be really big. But I'm just saying, I don't necessarily believe in the Matrix, but Andrew Tate and Donald Trump getting charged at the same time is kind of wild.
Why is it wild?
It's the same timing. The two biggest names on the side of against cancel culture getting charged at the same time. That's crazy. Same day. In two different continents. Across two oceans. You don't see the way the system is working in synchronicity? No? Don't lie. That's kind of crazy. Two of the most influential men. Right? Andrew Tate is one of the most Googled men on the planet. With his Bugattis. Right? And you got Donald Trump. He trying to be the president to drain the swamp. And they trying to get his ass too. You know that's crazy? They both get charged at the same time. You don't think there's any? I thought you believed in the worst. You don't think that's the worst? See, this guy's just a skeptic about everything. He don't believe nothing. He don't think anything's ever gonna happen.
Just bring me proof. Oh well, yeah. I'm so bad because I want people to bring me proof. Whoa.
Yeah. He thinks it's all just chance. Andrew Tate, Donald Trump getting charged at exactly the same time across two continents. He thinks it's just a chance.
I'm just saying I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I personally don't believe it. I think we seeing it right now in front of us.
I don't have the facts, so I don't know.
I don't know if these guys are guilty.
Yeah, 100%. It's because they trying to.
I think that these guys were trying to deprogram a lot of people, and now the New World Order is making an example out of them by charging at the same time to let anybody know who wants to come afterwards. We'll round up all you fucking naysayers, all you guys who are against the machine, and then we'll grind you into the fucking gears and spit you back out faster than you can say, yeehaw. You don't see it. You don't see it. I'm just saying. Let's know what you guys think in the comments. Y'all think this is a conspiracy? Do you guys think that all these people getting rounded up together is a random event, or do you think that the leader of young men, like these guys, okay, it's a coincidence that the feminists are coming for? What?
Nothing.
You used to identify as a feminist. Why are you acting like you don't know? You don't think I'd be looking at you sideways like you should be part of the machine? You used to identify as a feminist.
Nigga, you're the machine.
I think you might still be part of it.
Alright, you guys, so that was Andrew Tate gets officially charged by the police by Abba and Preach, bro. Hey, I stick with what I said early in the video, man. Like Andrew Tate said, bro. If that were like those steps, man. With the first one, like, you know, you just like, it's like they're forcing you. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. I don't know. Y'all let me know your thoughts about it down in the comment section down below. Y'all already know it's booming with Bali Star. Make sure to leave a like, just support the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new so that we can join up with the all-star gang up in this thing. Hey, man, brand new album, The Accursed Blessing, out now. Deluxe. Go peep that. I don't know what to do. I just want you to come to me.